Unrealistic people win and realistic people tend to lose. Now, what does that mean? So many people out there want to be realistic. Like they want to fit in. They talk about their past. Their past then equals their decisions now. Their decisions now then equal their future. And most people don't realize that they're doing this on a daily basis. It's crazy. You know, every week I talk to people and they're like, I want to grow my business. And I go, okay, what's stopping you from growing your business? And they complain about everything else outside of themselves. Oh, it's the economy. Oh, it's staff are fucked up. You know, my partner doesn't want me to work long hours, blah, blah. They're always blaming something. They're a victim. And then they wonder why their future keeps looking like a victim. Okay. The moment you take responsibility for your life, the moment that you realize you have to change something about yourself, and that means that you've got to be unrealistic, because what is real in your own mind is not the future. What is real now is who you are. It's who you've become based on your past choices, your past decisions, your past goals, your past interactions. And for most people, that sucks. That's why they want to change. You know, most people don't reach out, or I would assume that no one is listening to this podcast because you're an average loser. You're probably listening to this because you want to grow. You want to have a better life. You want to have a better future. You want to make better decisions. You want to kick ass in life. But how are you supposed to do that when you keep making decisions that you classify as being realistic? You know, I remember growing up and people said to me, oh, Michael, be realistic. And what they were saying was based on who you were as a fucking kid, right? I was a kid. I would see a Ferrari drive past and I would say, you know, I'm going to have one of those one day. And people around me would go, oh, Michael, be realistic. I was a fucking kid. Then I'd become a teenager and I'm like, right, I'm going to start a business and I'm going to become a millionaire. Be realistic, Michael. Okay, I don't want to buy a house because buying a house in my early 20s is stupid. Come on, you've got to be more realistic. You know, it's the smart thing to do. Is it, motherfucker? Is buying a house in your early 20s a smart thing to do for most people? The answer's fucking no. Why? Have a look statistically what happens. Most people who buy a house in their early 20s, get married, have kids, they're trapped there for the rest of their life. Now, I'm not saying that's everybody. You know, you're probably someone who's listening to this and that's not you. Why? Because you're doing something where you're growth driven, you want to learn, you want to grow, and you're listening to this podcast. But for most other people out there, they're not like that, right? It's such a bad idea. I was unrealistic. I'm still unrealistic. You know, sometimes Jess or my team will say to me, come on, Michael, you got to be more realistic. Fuck realistic. Okay, Elon Musk is putting people on Mars, or wants to. That's unrealistic, but he made it happen. When he went to NASA and said, we're going to put rockets into space, NASA laughed at him and said, there's no way a private company is going to be a US government-funded organization. And you know what? He did it. Why? Because he was unrealistic. When Henry Ford created a production line where he could mass produce cars, that was unrealistic. Unrealistic people change the world and often they win. Okay, it's unrealistic to think that you're some dropkick loser that comes from a country where you've got no money and then coming across the other side of the world in order to start a business and to create a better life for your family, and you end up crushing it. Okay, that's unrealistic. But people make it real. So you have to make a decision. Am I going to live a realistic life based on what I currently know, based on the current decisions that I keep making, playing in my safety zone, doing the same shit as everybody else because I value other people's opinions over my own? Or are you going to be unrealistic? Are you going to sit there and say, you know what, my life can be better. I know it can be better. I know I can be better. I know I can do more. I can be more. I can have more. Okay, I've got to get more out of myself though. I've got to make better decisions. And you know what's going to happen? The test is going to pop up. The test is going to pop up where other people start pulling you back to what they believe is real. That's where you build your character. Most people don't build their character. I know most of the people who are listening to this podcast aren't building their character. Most of you didn't wake up this morning thinking, how do I become the person that I need to be? Most people wake up and they roll out of bed and they go, oh, fuck, I got to go back to work today. Or I got to get into the business and I got to do shit. And you're trapping yourself in your own mind. Then you think, oh man, look at all the tasks that I've got to do. Look at all the shit that I've got to get done today. You're not thinking about the person that you need to become in order to outgrow the decisions and the shitty tasks and the mundane things that you keep doing in your own life that are keeping you trapped. You've got to build the character that you need to become. You're only who you are based on your past experiences. The results that you have today are the past you. It's not the current you. The current you needs to become a better version of you, which means you need to be building your character today. Now, in all honesty, how many of you woke up this morning and thought, who is the person that I need to become today? Okay, it's not what do I need to do, and it's not how do I need to do it. It's who do I need to become? Who is the person that I'm growing into today? That's where you win the game of life, because you become better. And yes, other people are going to say the shit that you're thinking is not real. It's not real to them. because they stop dreaming. They stop believing themselves. I guarantee you that no one who is crushing it and enjoying their life is trying to bring you down around you. Okay, there's a quick tip. The people who are bringing you down are people who are stuck at a level and their life sucks in some way, shape, or form. I meet business owners and they're like, I've heard them say this before, and they whisper it under their voice or they say it to other people and I overhear them. Okay, I've got listening like a fucking hawk has eyesight. If you ask Jess, my wife, she's like, I will hear raindrops that are dripping from a hole in a gutter. And she's like, how do you hear that? And I go, I just fucking hear it. Okay, my eyesight's not the best, but my hearing is fucking phenomenal. And so I hear that stuff. And I've heard people say things like, oh, well, why would I listen to him? I've got more money than he has. Okay, here's why. Because your life is shit. Your mindset is shit. Everything that you do is shit apart from one area of life. One area of life. You've created a character that works for you, and that's money. Other than that, your life sucks. Okay, it sucks because you're in a relationship with a person that you feel brings you down or you lose inspiration around. That is not a good relationship. You look in the mirror and you haven't seen your junk down below for years. Why? Because you let yourself slip. Okay, maybe you look in the mirror, maybe you're doing okay, but you know you could be doing better. That's got to weigh heavily on your shoulders. Going out and drinking just to, not have anxiety or not be stressed out all the time, that's not a good decision-making skill. That's letting yourself down. Now, personally, I don't give a fuck what anyone does. I only care what I do. But my point is that you have to set your own standards in life, and that comes from the dreams that you create and hold yourself accountable to. You can't be the same character tomorrow as what you are today if you've got bigger goals in the future and you want to live a better life. You have to become a better person. It's who, not how, not what, it's who. So tomorrow when you wake up, the first thing that you want to think about is who do I have to be today in order to crush it? Who do I have to be to get the results that I want to get in life? And watch what happens. Your life is going to start to change. I meet people every day who say, I'm a business owner. And I go, are you fucking really? Are you really a business owner? Because if you're really a business owner, then you got to take care of your team. You got to take care of your customers. Don't let that shit slip. I've done it before. And you know what? I end up hating myself for it. And it pisses me off because I let shit slip. When you let stuff slip in your own life and you're not making decisions that are the future you, the character that you need to be in the future in order to have the results that you want, you're going to lower your self-worth because you know what you're capable of. You know the decisions you've got to make. This week alone, I've had multiple conversations with business owners and they know that they've got to change. They know that they need to step up, but what do? They go back to the character that they've always been playing small and they go, I really want to grow my business. I really want to do better. I really want to excel. And I go, okay, cool. Well, here's what it's going to take. And yeah, there's a payment involved because I don't work for free. I'm not a fucking charity. And I've spent millions of dollars on study to be able to help you shortcut to get to where you want to get to. It took me, fucking decades to figure this shit out. And then they go, oh man, it's just, you know what it is? And you listen, all the bullshit comes out of their mouth. Why? Because they don't know how to be someone different. They don't know how to make different decisions. Okay. And that's what keeps them stuck. I guarantee that's what's keeping you stuck is the current you doesn't know how to make those future decisions. You have to become that person now. When you do that, watch what happens. You're going to crush results. So remember, tomorrow morning when you wake up, it's who, not what, not how. Don't think, what do I have to do? Think, who do I need to be? Who do I need to be today? And be the future you. Don't be the current you, be the future you. And watch what happens. In no time, or in a short period of time, you are going to start to crush results. Okay, it's who, not how, not what. Anyway, I hope that helps, Driven Mofos. Have a great day. Welcome back to season 2 of the podcast. This is episode number 1 of season 2. Have a great day. Keep crushing it. Remember to share with your friends, your family, and people who want to kick ass in life. This season, I'm coming back more aggressive, more driven, more inspired to help you crush the results that you want to crush in life, because I know that the only people who listen to my podcast who can put up with my shit, my craziness, are people that are driven to achieve more. You've got higher standards. You want to get more out of life. And I would rather be the asshole that you need in your life than make you be the asshole within your own head. Anyway, have a great day, Driven Mofos. Remember, tomorrow, who, not how or what. Have a great day. Most people waste their life, and I just don't want you to be one of them.